Hello again from Systema Israel. Today we're going to answer a very simple question: what to do with wrestling or some sort of conflict with contact when the other person is resisting, how not to fall into that well. We're going to start a very simple way, learning to connect shoulder and hip movement. Let's say you're being grabbed. You can be smart about it, change the angle, do all sorts of things, but eventually someone's going to be stronger or you're going to be tired or weak. If you're being grabbed by both arms, if you're strong, you can fake like you know something, but eventually it will not succeed. And then you will try to fight it with tension, and if the other person is stronger, you're going to die. What you can do though is to continue to move without knowing the end of the road, without knowing how things will open. I'm going to start with just walking right, left, right, left. Most of the time people try to break from hold, but keep their bodies in the same relation to whatever is holding them. If it's a bush, if it's a tree, if it's a person. If I try to go that way, and you hold me hard, push, it's going to be a struggle, and the strongest person is going to win. Those are not good odds. But if I simply walk and allow my angle towards myself and towards whatever is holding me to change, then I can wriggle my way, I can find where I'm open. So I also move my arm, but it's going to be very simple. Here, 1, 2, 3. Even if the person is holding hard, with tension, if I try to break away, good exercise. But if I want just to walk to the car, relax, a lot easier this way. Now, this is for the arms. If I'm already bent in my spine and I don't feel that I can move, for example, this way, this is not a hold. This is him giving me support for my tension. But the tension comes from me being in an uncomfortable situation. I can roll away, do all sorts of unpleasant things to him, but that's not always a proper situation. If it's on the stairs, on a ledge or something like that. Here, again, I'm walking 1 and 2, not trying to go against the tension with pressure. This is not very good, but if I just walk 1, 2, 1, 2, this doesn't look good if you go around the person. If you go through the person, it's different. Again, from here, and again, this is not a hold. This is me straining against his arms. If I go through him, not around, 1, yes, and so on. I don't need the 2, unless I want to actually go to the car. Now, if I'm being held with the body, like so, for example, you try to wriggle, you try to cheat by breaking fingers or something like that. Maybe that's not cheating, but the idea is that you move not in the same line with shoulders and hips. If I try just to go, Michael's trying to get me to the trunk of his car, which is over there, and I want to go there. What do we have? A good push and pull struggle. But if I allow myself to walk around to get to my destination, not through the way that I perceive, but to find the way within each breath, it's going to look different. If he wants to take me to his car, yeah, he wants to go there, I go there and I add something to the movement. And that's going to be very different. Now, what else we can do when we are being with tension? Let's say that there is a strike towards you, and you blocked it with tension. What you can do, instead of trying to continue with tension, and then the other person can just move on whatever it is that you're giving him. Let's say that I'm coming to strike you and you block me here. This is just something to work on, to cut on, to get, to grab. But if from here I can keep the tension in one place, here, but it doesn't go through my body, my shoulder moves, then I can do something very different with it. It doesn't even have to be with speed or anything like that. This is tension that you keep in one place, but you don't move to another. If, for example, you're being pushed in the legs, like so, here, if I try to move this out of the way, again, I'm jeopardizing my eyesight, my spine, all my alignment. But if from here it comes to here and I don't move this away, but I move just regularly, I walk, then it's a very different thing. I don't have to work against them, but I continue working my own plan. If I'm already half on the ground, for example, on a knee or something like that, I'm being held in some way, here, again, this is just me tensing against him. Here, you have to know how to move in more than one direction at the same time. So from here, for example, this shoulder is going to move one way, the opposite hip in another. And so on. The key is going to be very simple. You work slowly, you understand fast, and if you're being held, even if both arms are held, you have to learn to move things in different directions. Even if both my shoulders are free and relaxed and I'm trying to wiggle away, not always going to work. But hips in one way, shoulders another way, that's a different story altogether. Keep safe and don't think that the other person doesn't have a knife. Thank you from Systema Israel.